tweet visualization and sentiment analysis. The main objective of this task is to visualize tweets and perform sentiment analysis. We have to perform the following. To collect real-time data from Twitter using PP module for tweet visualization. To clean the data to make processing easier. To perform sentiment analysis based on the polarity of the tweets using TextBlob. To plot the positive, negative, and neutral tweets on a word cloud. To plot the count of number of tweets based on trending hashtags using NLTK and Seaborn. First, let us start by importing the basic libraries for plotting graphs, processing, and ignoring warnings while extracting real-time data. The Natural Language Toolkit is the main library used for processing the word in the tweets. The TweeP module is for extracting real-time data. The TextBlob module is a part of NLTK for processing text data. Word cloud is used to visualize the data in the form of images made of words. The import credentials is a file created by us. It is used for getting credentials to access Twitter API. The credentials are not supposed to be shown according to Twitter developer account policy. So we have created a separate module from where we can access the credentials. We are getting access token secret, consumer key, and consumer secret from the Twitter API. The next step is creating an OAuth handler instance. Then, in the next two lines, we are using the authentication protocol that allows you to approve one application interacting with another on your behalf without giving away your password. We are now visualizing 100 tweets from the Twitter account of Times of India. Other profiles can also be accessed by changing the screen name attribute, and the number of tweets extracted can be varied by changing count value attribute. We are printing just the first 5 tweets to visualize Twitter data. These are the recent tweets taken from the timeline of Times of India Twitter account.
The next step is to create a data frame with a column called tweets and ID. Tweets column is used to store the real-time data collected previously, and ID is just the count value. We have to perform data cleaning in order to do sentiment analysis. We are defining a function that removes any pattern. It takes the input as the input text and the pattern to be removed. We are removing the Twitter mentions that start with @HTTPS links and all numbers and 2-letter words that does not represent any sentiment. Next, we are tokenizing the words to remove the stop words that does not represent any emotions. We are using the stop words function in NLTK package and removing those words to get the tweets without any other emotion words. We are defining a function graph that takes input as the word and used to visualize the most common words in the form of a cloud. The words that occur more often are larger in size compared to the ones that occur less often. We are now visualizing the most frequent words in our tweets. The next function is to add a polarity column to find the nature of tweets. Polarity analysis takes into account the amount of positive or negative terms that appear in a given sentence. We are now analyzing tweets based on polarity. If polarity value is less than 0, the tweet is negative. If it is greater than 0, the tweet is positive. When the polarity is 0, the tweet is not neutral. Then, next we are just considering the positive tweets and representing the most common words in the positive tweets by calling the graph function that we have declared earlier. The most common words are COVID, vaccine, oxygen. Similarly, this is a visualization for negative tweets. The most common words are COVID, Bengal, negative. And this is a visualization for neutral tweets. The most common words are vehicles, work, India. We are defining the function to find the percentage of each type of tweet. We can see that the positive tweets are 32%, negative tweets are 18%, and the neutral tweets are 15%. We are now plotting a graph of these numbers to visualize them better. The number of neutral tweets are more than the positive and negative subjects.
Finally, we are going to do an exploratory data analysis using the hashtags. We are extracting the hashtags from the tweets column. We are going to use the top 10 hashtags and plot the number of tweets based on sentiment on particular hashtags. Once we extract the hashtags from tweets, we'll have some empty list items as we have done sentiment analysis. So we have to remove the empty list items. The unlist list that looks like this in the output. So we have to define a function to plot the bar graph for top 10 hashtags along with the data frame. The bar graph will contain the hashtags in the x-axis and the count of number of tweets on the y-axis. We are also displaying a data frame that shows the graphical representation in the form of a table. This graph shows the top 10 hashtags and their count on positive tweets. Then the next graph shows the top 10 hashtags and their count on negative tweets. The number of negative tweets are less, so only few hashtags are seen in the graph. And the next graph shows the top 10 hashtags and their count on neutral tweets. We see that the count of COVID-19 is more compared to other hashtags in this category.
This project explains various steps involved in visualization, data cleaning, and analysis of tweets from Twitter as positive, negative, or neutral sentiments using polarity factor. We use NLTK, TextBlock, word cloud, PB packages in Python to perform Twitter sentiment analysis. Thus, we have implemented the visualization and sentiment analysis of real-time Twitter data using our code. Thank you.